I'm Chad Pline. I'm the sports director at KY3 in Springfield, Missouri. It was December of 2015. I was 39 years old, felt fine. I wasn't in shape, but I didn't feel like I was out of shape. We were in the Christmas parade in Springfield, Missouri, and we walked 2 miles. I carried my daughter for most of that. I was throwing candy, I was giving people high fives, running back and forth, zigzagging through the crowd. I felt fine. Everything was going great. We had Christmas coming up. We also had taxes coming due. We had a lot of stress going on in our lives on top of work. And all of a sudden I jumped in the shower one day. Felt fine, getting ready for work on a Friday. It was gonna be a busy night. It was a very cold day outside and I took a very warm shower. And when I turned that water off, the doctors tell me that my heart started to speed up because my body was wet and trying to warm itself up. And in speeding itself up, something broke loose, something clogged, and I had 99% blockage to my right coronary artery. I didn't have the telltale signs of a heart attack. That was the scary thing. I really just thought it was a panic attack. And I knew something was wrong. My wife had just gotten home from work and I said, I just don't feel right. And she was asking me some questions and she said, do you think I should call 911? I'm like, no, don't, I'm fine. Don't call 911, I'll be okay. And it passed. 2 minutes after the event, it passed and I was up and I started to shave. And then about a minute later, this feeling came over me. And I had to sit back down again. And when I sat back down, I fell up against the wall and I couldn't get back up. And so I called my wife again and I said, okay, this time you should probably call 911. And then the doctor came in and said, looking at your EKG, how long have you been waiting? I said, a while. How are you feeling now? I'm fine. Well, where's your wife? Oh, I sent her to the store. We had to get groceries. It's the weekend, you know, we have nothing at home. Well, where's your phone? We need to call her. And as soon as that happened, orderlies started coming in, unplugging things, putting me onto a rolling bed, and I'm trying to find my phone. I'm trying to tell the nurse my number, my wife's number. I was trying to do these things all at once. Life was speeding up so fast and I still didn't know what was wrong with me. Go to the cath lab, sure enough, there it was, 95% blockage to the right coronary artery. So they tried to stent it, then they tried to stent it again, and it wouldn't take. So then they had to have the conversation of, we're just gonna have to open you up and fix you. And I'm like, all right, whatever we need to do, let's do it. I went in on a Friday afternoon, about 4:30, had the surgery Friday night at 7, and this is a week before Christmas. They told me at my age of 39, it might take a week for me to rehab and get out of the hospital. Well, a week from that date is Christmas. And at the time I had 2 little kids, 8 and 3. I needed to get home for them. I wanted to get home for them. So the day after the surgery, I'm up out of my bed and I'm trying to walk the halls. Because I remembered my dad had a heart attack and he said, walk the halls, get the exercise, pump the blood, make that heart work again. I almost passed out going down the hall the first time. So I waited, I was shaking. Finally I composed myself, was able to walk back to my room and sat down. And they said, well, that's enough for today. And I said, I'll see you in a couple of hours. Well, by Sunday, I was making laps around the ICU. And by Monday afternoon, I was discharged. I was home 4 days before Christmas. They thought I'd be out on Christmas. Because now every time they go to sleep, or every time they leave to go to school, they look at me and twice they say, I love you and I miss you. So I've changed my life in 2 ways. One is my diet. Before, I was always on the run. I would eat fast food, coming from a story, going back to work, going from work back to a story. It was always constantly on the run, so I was getting fast food, bad for my diet. The second thing, I never worked out. I never touched a treadmill. We had a treadmill in our home. Ever since my wife and I got married in 2004, I never used the thing. My wife was on it every morning and I just would look at it and then sit on the couch and watch TV. If I want to watch something off the DVR, I force myself to get on the treadmill. I'll stay on there for 45 minutes. That's about the length of one show that I can get off the DVR. I'm on the treadmill, I'm moving, a brisk pace, breaking a little sweat, making that heart work, making sure that I'm being as fit as possible. I am a 3rd generation heart attack survivor. My father had a heart attack at the age of 59. His father had heart trouble starting at the age of 55. So I knew that was in my future. I knew that I needed to maybe change my living, get more active, eat better. But honestly, before that, I didn't have any kind of support system like the American Heart Association. Since then, I think that I have a certain platform, being on air, being a TV sports anchor. I think that I have a platform to be able to tell other folks since I'm a guest in their home, to tell them that, you know what, it could happen to anybody. I was 39 and I thought I was fine. But you know what? I wasn't eating well. And you know what? I wasn't getting my exercise. And I was just a ticking time bomb thanks to my genealogy.